Carvana, this is taking note of this one, 51% short, and it looks like they beat EPS by a big margin because of cost cutting. So that's going to be very interesting. Potential for, you got resistance here about $8.20. It's above that now. I was looking at this for possible short squeeze to $10 and $15 with the two targets. Okay, this is like 51% short. I'm seeing estimates of 65% short of the free flow. Carvana reports best first quarter in company history for adjusted EBITDA and total gross profit per unit. Okay. Look at this. Carvana broke the 50 DMA. It's 50% short, Carvana. So the immediate target on this is actually $19.87. It can cause stocks like this to have some of the most explosive moves you're going to see in the market over the next couple weeks. Carvana broke out of the 200-day moving average, another key moving average. Oh, wow, look at that bullish cross on the 2200. We told you at $20, the resistance and the breakout level. And look how beautiful we're right about that $20. You see it got resisted at 20, and then when it broke, it just exploded. And what else did we tell you yesterday? Said if it breaks 20, the next resistance is 30 to 50. Crazy, right? It broke all the resistance levels. Well, the next one's $42.49. That's the next resistance level, $42.49. Once you break $42.49, then you're playing with these candles here up in the 50s. So Carvana has a catalyst this morning. They got a price target increase. $50 from JMP Securities. $50. They increased it from 25 since early May. If you're a VIP over at StoryTrading, we noted the inflection point of the fundamentals at $10. When it crossed $16 at the 50-week moving average, we gave you a price target of 30s to 50s, and we stuck with that. We had many, many shows talking about the 30s to 50s price target. Top of this candle, 58.06. Top of this candle, 57.32. Those were the targets. What was the high of the day? 56.92. The pre-market it did.
It's not easy to understand why stocks go up and down, but even in volatile markets, there's always a discoverable and logical reason behind price action. StoryTrading is a social investing community of investors who share information to uncover the hidden stories behind the trade through the 4 pillars of fundamentals, catalyst, sentiment, and technicals. All price action can be understood through the lens of these pillars, allowing for a holistic view that empowers better decision-making. Only by understanding markets can you beat them. Join our community today and start making sense of markets.
Well, that was our crystal ball video we showed you there earlier before that intro. We have about 10 of them or so published on YouTube, but we can probably make over 100 of them. Now, the show doesn't work every single morning, but it's uncanny how accurate it is and what percent of the time our number one pick does well. It happened again yesterday. This is probably about the third time in 5 shows our number one pick surged like 10 to 20% from the 9 a.m. price. So yesterday was ZVRA. At the showtime, it was down $5. And let's see here on hit 561. Man, I got some $5 calls. Sold a few of them up 100%, but held most of them. So ZVRA. Let's talk about that a little bit. Yeah, let me come back to it. I'm going to come back to it. I just want to highlight yesterday. Also yesterday, from our morning show, Celsius exploded, right? We told you in the morning this is set to explode because up at that daily moving average. Where are we over here? There it is, right? At the 50-day moving average, it exploded above that. We love the fundamentals here. We're 4-pillar traders here at StoryTrading. So things are looking really good now. If you break over the 20-week moving average, I think you already did it, by the way. This is a highly shorted stock. The value is good. I think we're broken. We broke resistance, and we're heading to right there, 58, the next resistance or so, and then eventually 69 and new highs coming in 2024. So Celsius, we gave you that as one of our top picks yesterday. Also, DermTech, if you were in our VIP community, or followed us on Twitter, we gave the alert at $1.75 and it promptly ran to $1.99. We've had our eye on stocks like this. These are the January effect stocks, the beaten down stocks of 2023, and especially if they have a catalyst upcoming, which Tech does. Some data is due out soon. So you have catalysts, you have sentiment tailwind risk on, you have a technical breakout over here. All the stars aligned over here on DermTech to see that rapid re-rating from 175 to 2. You got that alert again if you're a VIP member over at StoryTrading.com/app. Gold also a top pick yesterday, closed at an new all-time high. Now for today, before we get into Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, I want to cover ZVRA again because I did mention yesterday I think ZVRA could have a multi-period move. Let's see what targets. I'll do the targets again. Probably gave you 558. We broke that 561. So now 561s, we got to retest that level of 561 and then 644. 561, 644, your next targets. And we have another catalyst this morning. HC Wainwright comes out and upgrades ZVRA from $10 to $15 this morning. Okay, you can either wait for those professionals to give you that, or you can watch this morning show and get it when the stock was $5. All right, so 10 to 15. I think ZVRA continues to be in play. Now, the bigger catalyst, yesterday's news of the NDA submission was yesterday. We're now 1 day removed from that. So I'm not sure I'm going to make this a number one pick. I really like having a proximal catalyst. We do have the analysts up today, but the real catalyst was yesterday. So we'll see. ZVRA is going to be in the top 5. Let's go down and look a little bit further. I want to talk about Apple, Microsoft, and Tesla. First of all, we're seeing a little bit of a rotation this morning out of IWM and into QQQ. QQQ is actually performing best this morning. I believe this is actually being catalyzed by Apple. If you were in our VIP community, you got the alert on Apple when the news came out yesterday. And where was it? Right there. All right. When the news came out, well, we gave it to you at like 190. By the time we found out about it, put it in the room, it was around 192. Okay. Continued to surge the rest of the day from 192. I did play some call options. Should have held them overnight. I didn't. But anyway, what happened was a judge issued a stay on the order regarding patent for the Apple Watch. The Apple Watches are now back on for sale. Apple's been underperforming the market. It hit 200, pulled back to 191. Really been underperforming the market the last week or so, probably mostly related to this patent issue, which is now at least temporarily reversed. And you know how we do it at Story Trading. If you can identify the cause of what caused the stock to go down, when that cause is addressed, the stock price will revert, right? So it's very important to understand price action. That's why we believe that's what story trading is all about. There's a story behind the trade. And if you identify why stock goes up, again, when that issue is resolved, the stock will immediately re-rate back up. So that's what happened yesterday with Apple. The 20 DMA here is at 193.97. We could make a move back over 193.97. We'll see. Volume's light last couple of days of the year. So, but that's going to be a top 5 pick for sure. Over here, Microsoft gets an upgrade from Dan Ives of Wedbush, increases the price target from 425 to 450 on AI strength. All right, they issued a note yesterday saying whatever research they're doing on the demand for the AI products better than expected, raising their price. So this one is in play today. 375.40. What's that? That's a pre-market high. You got to get above that 375.40, and then maybe you can make a run towards that 376.29 level next on Microsoft. Okay, we're going to have that in play for today. Now, Tesla, interesting. I actually like the chart here better on Tesla. Tesla, let's talk about the catalyst first. So there's a report out that Tesla will be opening a factory in India. There's also an analyst out there saying that they think it's going to be 500,000, I think, production for Q4 that's going to be announced next week, I believe. Or I don't know if maybe that's a monthly or quarterly. But anyway, an analyst came out this morning saying we think it's going to be 500,000 versus 472,000 for the street. So you have two catalysts, and you have a beautiful looking chart over here. Let's see if it looks as beautiful on the daily. The daily is nice. We're above all the key moving averages. We broke some candle resistances here. So the next candle resistance is about 269 or so on Tesla on the daily. And if you look on the weekly, wow, weekly looks beautiful. So weekly looks like, 278 after that, and then 299. So this is a beautiful chart. It's starting to form this like cup over here. So we got the catalyst. The chart a little bit better, I think, on Tesla than it is on Microsoft or even Apple. So I might actually put, I was thinking I would put Apple first or second. I might have to put Tesla just looking at that chart. All right. So not a lot of other stuff going on. Okay. It's the end of the year. There's no catalysts out there really, other than ones I mentioned. Oh, I got to talk about UU. I will mention the UU catalyst in just a second. Let's see if there's any other news that just came out. So we're going to look at this. All right. So looks like a relatively light morning. Let's just double check the StoryTrading news feed over here in our app. See if we got anything cooking over here. 8:50. I haven't checked this in about 30 minutes or so. Okay, nothing new there of note. So not a lot going on. One final catalyst I want to talk about, and then we're going to start ordering these stocks for the day. Final catalyst, UU. Okay, so it's actually down on this news. So I did mention, well, I didn't put it in the chat, but I did mention to my colleague this morning to be careful with UU. All right, there is some big news out there that they want to get into rare earths. So they already had a catalyst last week that they're expanding uranium production. Now they want to buy 49% stake in a shovel-ready rare earth company in Australia for $180 million. Now the problem is they only have like $50-60 million cash on hand. Where are they going to get $180 million? They're going to have to raise it. I believe that's why the stock is down on this morning. Let's just look at the levels. This is something, if it goes down too much, I might take a crack at it. Let's see, 20 DMA, 751. It's right on it. So they may have to do it. First of all, it's an MOU. They're going to be doing their due diligence over the next 2 or 3 months. But if they decide to go forward with the deal, they will have to do an equity offering to pay for it. So that's the negative side. The positive side is just the long-term implications and the sentiment related with a U.S. or Western-based uranium. I think the uranium's in the United States, and I guess this rare earth would be coming out of Australia. But Western-based uranium and rare earths, that's something that the West is really pushing for. So the sentiment and the long-term sentiment and the fundamentals that may arise from that could be good, but the immediate term, usually when there's an acquisition, the acquirer goes up. In Australia, this company was up 40% overnight, but the company that's making the acquisition usually goes down. So this is not a surprise, but something to watch because there's major moves this company is making. And if it gets too low, I may step in. I already have a position, but I may step in to do more if it gets too low. Let's just look at these levels again. 20 DMA, 751. Then you have 694 support. That might be a nice place. 672 to 694 might be a nice place to pick some UUU up if it pulls back that much. And it is at a support level right now, that 20 DMA at 750. All right. So a little bit of a shorter show this morning. So not a lot of catalysts. Let's just do our reordering magic right now. All right. So we definitely got Tesla up there, going to be in the top 5. Apple, Microsoft didn't like the chart as much. ZVRA continuation going to be up there. Celsius looks great. No particular catalyst today, though. May want to pull back first. Gold at new all-time high close yesterday. Could see continuation. I noticed some strength, by the way, in Uber, Rivian, and Chewy. Let's see that. These charts are looking really good. Wow, Uber is looking great. I think they said they're moving into Japan yesterday morning. So I failed to mention that catalyst to you guys yesterday morning. I didn't act on it either, but a big open green candle because I think they said they're going to be buying a bunch of Teslas to go into Uber in Japan. Something like that was out there. Uber chart looks magnificent. Rivian looks hitting well, wants to make a move to 25 plus. Same thing with Chewy, holding up well, wants to make a move to 25 plus, but without a specific catalyst. Uber maybe should have been in a top pick yesterday, but without a specific catalyst, I'm not going to put Uber, Rivian, or Chewy as a top pick, but we'll be watching them. They'll be close to the top of our list. Ready to take action. I already own Chewy, Rivian. Actually, I bought a little bit of Uber calls yesterday when I noticed that news. A little bit too late. Should have acted faster on that. But in any case, here we go. So we have Tesla, ZVRA, Apple, Microsoft, Celsius. I actually think I like this order for today. Tesla is very, very challenging to trade, though. I got to tell you, very volatile. Options are very expensive on Tesla. So make sure you know what you're doing and you manage your risk, and that, if you're doing it, make sure you know what you're doing. All I'm doing here is telling you which stocks have a higher likelihood of having a open green candle today, right? Today's price from today, from right now, pre-market at 9:30 a.m. versus the 4 p.m. close. That's what we do great here, is predicting which stocks will outperform for the day. It's up to you guys how you want to execute that, all right? It works. Our predictions work really, really, really well over here at StoryTrading. So that's the order I'm going to give it to you. Tesla, ZVRA, Apple, Microsoft. I wouldn't be surprised if ZVRA has another big percentage move today and outperforms Tesla. But Tesla, you can maybe make more with options. So we'll see. I made ZVRA #1 pick yesterday, so I'm going to change it up. I don't know. I'm trying to hedge here. Maybe ZVRA should be first. It probably should be first, but okay. I know you all guys like Tesla, and there's a lot of options traders out there. So we do Tesla, ZVRA, Apple, Microsoft, and then that's really it. Top 4. I'm going to watch Celsius, okay? But with markets pulling back a little bit this morning, I wouldn't be surprised if Celsius doesn't continue going straight up. May need to consolidate a little bit. So Tesla, ZVRA, Apple, Microsoft. All right, guys, if you want to join our VIP community, get into the VIP chat room and ensure to see these shows every morning. We've been doing a free preview here at the end of the year. We'll do it again tomorrow. We're likely not going to continue it free. Listen, maybe if you guys share this, retweet it, comment, and we get huge audience on the pre-market prep, maybe we can make this show free for everyone, and then we'll monetize our service through the chat room or other shows throughout the day, okay? But otherwise, the plan is to get this back behind the paywall starting January 2nd. So if you want to be part of our community, and even beyond that, beyond the VIP pre-market show, you get the chat room and also some other features with our own app. So storytrading.com/app. Make sure to download that app right now. It's an easy download. Takes a few seconds. Set up your profile really quickly. Storytrading.com/app. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay, and if you're VIP, we'll see you in the chat room. So good luck on these top picks today. Take care, everyone.